Well, hello, everybody. It is Monday night. It is time for another cruise news and A and all that good stuff. I hope you all are doing well. Oh, I see that my signal is still not all that great on my laptop here, so I'm really not sure why that is. I've got great signal, but Mr. StreamYard seemed a little bit unhappy. So I hope everything looks good at home. How you doing? It is Monday night. It is time for a little cruise Q&A and chat and all of that good stuff. And tonight, it's just open. Whatever you guys want to talk about, you let me know. It's good to see you all. Welcome to another edition. This might be our last scheduled one for the holidays. You know, we got a lot of things coming up. So we might do a couple of pop-up, but I don't know if we're going to have any more scheduled between now and the new year. But I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. Those of you here in the U.S., I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving. We had a quiet one. It's the first time in a while we've actually had to make turkey. I made a turkey.
Didn't have to.
Yeah, well, I wanted to make some turkey. I mean, usually I tell all you guys, go on a cruise, because that's the way to do Thanksgiving. And we just didn't have a chance to go out on a cruise this year. So we were home, and I made a turkey. I made an Italian style. I had some olive oil with some orange zest and some fresh sage all cut up, and rubbed that all over the bird, and put fresh garlic inside, fresh garlic on the outside. Oh man, it was really, really tasty. So hope you guys all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining us tonight. Again, this is an open show. Whatever you guys want to talk about. If you're new to the channel, I am Walter, along with my wife, Rebecca, and we like to talk about all things cruising. We are also travel agents, so if you need some help booking your next cruise or any kind of travel at all, certainly reach out to us at where'swaltertravel.com. So let's get started in talking about some news items. I don't even know if I put this thing up there, but we have no updates yet on that miracle rescue in over Thanksgiving, right outside of Louisiana, with like 20 miles south or something like that of the mouth. And some witnesses have said that he was vaping inside. We don't know for sure yet. We've heard nothing from Carnival, and we've heard nothing from the actual passenger themselves yet. So don't know anything else on that. I was actually kind of surprised. I thought, you know, maybe the local news from New Orleans might have gotten us something, but I haven't seen anything yet. But still, that person was over hours in the water. I mean, that's just remarkable. That is just, there's no way that person should still be around today. Because I mean, once you go over the ship, I mean, especially when the ship's moving. You know, there's been some idiots out there on social media that I've seen that have jumped in the water at the piers, you know, when the ship is in port, because they're just trying to have fun and do something for social media. They're immediately kicked off the ship and then banned from the cruise line for life. So don't do that. But this is just unreal. You know, the fact that this person went overboard. We still don't know how. We still don't know what he did. But somehow he survived for 20.
It does sound like there may have been alcohol involved.
Well, he was at a bar, so we know that, but we don't know how much. You know, a lot of people in my TikTok, they're, oh, he was drunk. We don't know if he was drunk. He might have also been upset. I mean, we really don't know what the mental standpoint was of that person yet. But the bottom line is he survived 20 some hours in the water, which is remarkable.
Remarkable that they could. I mean, when you think about the size of a human being
at
in
night,
an ocean,
8:30 at night.
That's just to even find them.
And
is-
that wasn't even rescuers that found them. I mean, it was a container ship, for crying out loud, that actually found them. I mean, Coast Guard put out an all points bulletin essentially in those shipping lanes and alerted all on the lookout for this guy. And it was a shipping container ship that actually spotted the guy. I mean, they weren't even sure. They saw something in the water. They thought maybe it was him, and it did turn out to be him. And that's just wow. So, you know, kudos to that crew.
And I guess they sent the Coast Guard helicopter from Louisiana out to get him.
Sent a helicopter from Louisiana. They went out and got him. As far as I know, he's in New Orleans in a hospital. He was in stable condition, the last I heard, but we haven't really heard much of anything yet. So,
well,
yeah.
Patient privacy too. If he doesn't want to release information on his status, he doesn't have to.
George, you are absolutely right. Good to see you, George. Nice to see you. We need to do a cruise again in 2023. Let's connect again. Let's go do another cruise. We are doing well. Hope you're doing well. I bet Christine made an absolutely ridiculous dinner again. It's good to see you guys. Like, you know, we had such a good time with you guys up on the Scarlet Lady. You know, it's funny. We've been telling all of our friends, you got to go on Scarlet Lady, you got to go on Scarlet Lady. And our friend Steph finally went on Scarlet Lady, you know, big time vlogger here on YouTube. And she kept telling us, I don't think so. It's not really a ship for me. Yeah, now she's saying it's one of her favorite ships ever. She's coming over on Saturday for breakfast. So we're going to have a nice long conversation with her about the Scarlet Lady. So I'm telling you, you guys got to get out there on the Scarlet Lady, or you got to get out there on Virgin Voyages, period. It is, I mean, it's an amazing cruise line. The food, just the food alone. And then the crew. Oh my goodness. And the ship itself, I think the ship is beautiful. I mean, there's things that aren't right. You know, that net, not the best. But oh my goodness.
The pool situation is just ridiculous.
Pool situation is a little ridiculous. But, you know, I did notice that Steph, Ben, and David, they were all out there at night. That's a clever idea. Go out there at night while everybody's having dinner. Why not? We found out that you can go out there first thing in the morning for sure. And yeah, it was absolutely amazing, George. But, you know, if you go out first thing in the morning, the pool was clear. Or if you just do what we did with George and Christine, we stayed on. And what are the odds of that? We stayed on the ship at Puerto Plata. George is an ex-Marine. Christine is a teacher. And who do we meet in the pool? One other couple's in the pool with us. And he is ex-military, and she's like a first grade teacher or something like that. What are the odds of that? So that was really awesome.
We didn't meet our doppelgangers.
I know. We did not meet another creative person. And what are you? What are we?
Not much these days.
Retired. That's what it is. So
that's
Rebecca,
what I like to say.
Rebecca's our travel manager is what she is. Rebecca really digs in deep to all the cruise lines, does a lot of research. She does an amazing amount of research for me. And I think we're working out pretty well together. It's been a lot of fun. You know, we've only been doing this 2 months. Officially, I mean, unofficially, we've been helping people for 20 years to book their cruises. But now officially doing it for 2 months. And I don't know what we got, like 23, 24 bookings on the board.
I think the first person I helped was Melissa. She and her, I guess it was her boyfriend at the time, and her mother and uncle, I think, all went. Yeah.
And now we just helped her mom. One of the cool things that we can actually do is we can book travel insurance, even if you don't book the cruise with us. Her mom had actually booked a Oceania cruise, which is going to be awesome. We're just going to Greece next year.
Well, it starts in Greece, ends in Barcelona.
Man, what a great cruise she's going on. But they hadn't got the travel insurance yet. And the prices she was finding weren't all that great. And we were actually able to help her get travel insurance. So a little something that we can help you with too is we can actually help you with
she would have booked through us, but we weren't travel agents at the time.
We weren't travel agents yet. She couldn't wait. Couldn't wait. And here's a good question. Where are you guys traveling next? That's what I want to know. When and where are you guys traveling next? We have 19 days and we will be on the Symphony of the Seas. 3 weeks from today, we will be on the ship. I don't know. What will we be doing tonight? Any ideas? Monday night?
I can look.
We got something going on every night that we're going to be on that ship. I am going to be running around that ship like crazy, filming and doing stuff. So if there's anything that you want to know about an Oasis class ship, if you have not sailed on an Oasis class ship, we have not sailed on an Oasis class ship, But if there's anything that you'd like to know about one of those ships, certainly drop it in the comments here or drop it in the comment of any video or a TikTok.
We have lunch at Jamie's Italian.
Okay. And then?
Oh, we have the matinee of Hairspray.
Oh, we're going to have lunch at Jamie's, and we got a matinee of Hairspray. Hairspray is the Broadway show on the Symphony of the Seas.
Don't have a dinner plan yet, but we have a 3 dining package. And with Royal Caribbean, you cannot book your dinners before you get on the ship.
With the dining package.
With the dining package, yes.
Had the dining package, we could just book them, but because we went ahead and got the dining package, which is silly.
Yeah, with that's one thing Norwegian does do nicely is that when you book the package, or you get the package with their deal, you can book your meals right away, and whatever you book first will come off of the dining package.
Yeah.
Which you need to be aware of if you want to book something outside of the dining package. You got to kind of price it how it's going to work best for you.
Yeah. So you got to, with Norwegian, you always have to make sure that you use the dining package for the most expensive meals. Don't let them, because they will just automatically take it for that first meal. And
whatever you book first, that goes from your dining package.
So you just need to, make sure. So I see Tristan is going on Carnival Glory, and he's going on the Royal Caribbean Grandeur of the Seas in January. That is going to be nice. We need to get a couple of cruises definitely going. In 2023, my goal is we're going to sail Princess again, because we haven't sailed Princess in a while. The Sky Princess is going to be in the area. Definitely getting on an MSC ship. In fact, I would love to do, I really want to do 2 cruises on an MSC. I might do it back to back, because I want to do one in the, what is it? Aqua? No, it's
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club. I want to do one not in the Yacht Club. So, we can kind of see the difference there. Because apparently, it's kind of similar to a Haven experience, but it doesn't sound like it's quite as far as the Haven takes it. Like the Haven kind of takes it a little crazy, but yeah, Yacht Club is up because the Haven doesn't have as quote unquote as low of cabin categories as MSC. MSC lets you get in at a lower cabin category. Really, there are interiors, right?
Yeah, but it's a specific. It's not.
I know it's still a ship. It's still a ship within a ship.
But it's not. It's bigger than the regular interior.
Sure. So. Oh yeah. No, I get that. But like with the Haven, you start at a balcony.
Or but it's still got the special dining room and special lounges and things like that. So
yeah,
it's still got its separate areas.
Yeah. Well, I know it's still a ship within a ship. I really want to see, and obviously I've never done the Haven on NCL. I really want to do the NCL.
I'd love to.
Yeah, why not? I mean, we should. We really should. Now that we're travel agents, we really do need to go out there and start seeing more things. The other thing I would love to do in 2023, I just posted about it. It's cheaper to go round trip on a Cunard going transatlantic than it is to fly both ways, either business or first class. And the reason why we found this out, because we have a client that wants to go to Ireland. They really don't want to fly on a plane because they just really don't want to fly that long in a plane. And business class, first class is easily $9,000, $7,500, $9,000. Delta One is $20,000 for 2 people. So I started looking at the Cunard, and actually I started looking at Royal Caribbean in one direction, Norwegian in one direction, and Cunard in the other direction. And for the most part, it actually worked out. Cunard even ended up being the cheapest in both directions. And for whatever reason, it's cheaper to go to Europe than it is to come back. And my theory is more Americans would rather fly to Europe and then take the ship back.
Well, yeah, you want to get the long flight out of the way.
Yeah, so I think that's the theory. But I mean, it is like much cheaper to go to Europe than it is to come back from Europe.
I think it's also coming from here. It's a change thing. The time change going back from Europe to the US is easier for us than the other way. I
don't know.
That's what I hear.
I don't know. But all I know is that, so I would love to do that transatlantic deal on a Cunard. I mean, I'd never really wanted to get on a Cunard, but Cunard has actually relaxed their dress code a little bit. I was talking to Rebecca about this. First of all, Cunard is the only cruise line I've seen. They not only have a dress code, but they have photographs of suggested outfits to wear during the day, at dinner, at this and that. But then they're also very clear in their instructions on that page that if you don't want to get dressed up for formal night, you don't have to. If you don't want to get dressed in the in business casual, you don't have to. but the deal is you have to be dressed a certain way to get into certain restaurants. So what I'm thinking they're alluding at is that, hey, if you just want to be casual, well, then you can go to the buffet or whatever the casual restaurant is at night. So they're saying that you don't have to be completely dressed up. Now, I do think it would be fun to get the full tuxedo. If I'm going to be on a Cunard ship, I think it would be fun to get the full tuxedo and all of that good stuff. And why not?
Wearing a ball gown.
Well, you don't have to wear a ball gown, but I could see, or I could do a tuxedo top with shorts. They probably still won't let me in though.
No, probably not.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, Gary and Mark make it look so good. You know, Gary Bembridge and his husband Mark, they make it look so good. I think it would be fun.
Well, I think they might also be a little fitter than we are.
Well, yeah, Gary is a little bit thinner. Yes, he is. Absolutely.
Well, he exercises a lot too.
He does. Like. He does. So he eats a lot on the ship, and yet he exercises a lot. I don't. I take the stairs and I do walks. And I was just noticing, I was talking to Rebecca before we came on, I didn't even realize the running track on the Symphony of the Seas is on deck 5. And then it made sense once I thought about it, because the ship is split once you get up to a certain height. So it makes sense that the running track would be low. But I was kind of surprised. Wow, I've never seen a running track so low. So I'm really excited to get on this ship and see what this is all about. We've never done a ship this big. We were on the Mardi Gras. That's about as big of a ship as we've been on.
Just close. It's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there. It doesn't have that whole split and all of that stuff. That's going to be really interesting to see a Y ship. I've never seen the Y split in the back on a ship, so that's going to be interesting. And certainly the Flow Rider. Oh man, see, George, I really wish you guys were going to be on the ship with us, because man, you and me on the Flow Rider would be absolutely hilarious. That would be so much fun. Rebecca's going to have the GoPro. She will be filming me. So there will be film at 11 when I do it, for sure. But man, I really wish you guys were going to be on the ship. That would be a heck of a lot of fun, George, to have you guys around.
Teaching job just gets in the way.
I know. Christine's teaching job just gets in the way of all the fun. So, and I got to say, you know, we were busy today. Today was Cyber Monday. We're doing all kinds of stuff today. And there are just some people just keep asking me, what's the best deal? What's the best deal? There's just so many deals. I mean, there's just a lot of good deals. In Princess, well, you got another 4 hours or so, $1 deposits. I mean, that's fantastic. And then, you know, if you don't want that massive final payment on the back end, you can do uplift financing. So then you just have regular payments instead of that big payment. But $1 deposits are fantastic. I think that's freaking amazing. Yes, George, I know. Oh, George, you're going on the Mardi Gras. Oh, yes. Awesome. Make sure you watch my blogs. All kinds of blogs on the food and the cabins and everything else. Oh, and you just put the Venezia. Wonderful, wonderful. We've never been out of New York, so I really want to try that ship. So the Carnival Venezia, for those of you who don't know, that is one of the Costa by Carnival ships, where they are keeping the ship basically the same. They're going to put the new livery on the outside. She'll be blue like the other Carnival ship, but she'll have a yellow stripe. In keeping with Costa, and the funnel will retain the Costa logo and the Costa funnel colors, but then the inside of the ship is still going to be the Italian ship. They really are not doing, they're not going to turn it into a fun ship. They are going to leave it as a Costa ship, but they're going to add Carnival elements to it. So what are they saying? They're saying Carnival fun, Italian style, something like that. So that is fantastic, George. And the Mardi Gras, what a great ship. You guys should go ahead, DM us or text us or whatever. Tell us when you're going, because who knows? Maybe we'll slip away and come sneak up on the ship with you guys. That could be a lot of fun. I guess you guys are going for spring break. What a fun ship. I mean, it really was a fun ship.
Well, if you're going to be in the area on your way to or from the ship.
Yeah, they're only going to have a week.
No.
Yeah, what she was getting at is, you know, maybe you guys could stop in. So you're probably going to fly into Orlando. So if you have any time at all in Orlando, certainly let us know. We'd love to see you guys. But yeah, Mardi Gras is a great ship. It really is. I would really love to get on the Celebration as well. It's interesting, you know, the Celebration is much cheaper than the Mardi Gras.
Which makes no sense to me.
It does. Because apparently it is cheaper to operate out of Miami than it is out of Port Canaveral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I have, because it didn't make any sense to me either. And it was somebody on either my Twitter or some other feed that I know saying that it's actually much cheaper to operate out of Miami. Plus the ship is already much further south of, you know, than Port Canaveral. So it's starting at a more southerly pace. So, But yeah, so if you have a choice between the celebration and the Mardi Gras, the celebration is actually cheaper. So it's interesting. Hey, Aaron, you disembarked off the Harmony, had a great time until I disembarked and ended up with 103 fever. Holy cow, Yikes. Aaron, are you okay? Are you okay, man? Man, I hope you're doing all right. That is awful high. That is awful high. I'm assuming that's a flu, but does COVID give you fever? Yeah, I guess it can give you a fever too. Man, dude, I hope you are okay. And yes, George, please do. If you can, I know we're 1 hour away from the port. So if you guys can set aside some time when you come in. But Aaron, my friend.
About 20 minutes from the airport.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can literally come down and get you from the airport. It's just one road. Come straight down and get you, George. But Aaron, man, you doing okay, man? You need anything? Wow, the Harmony. So same size ship as what we are going to be going on. Harmony is also in an Oasis class. We will be on the Symphony of the Seas. But dude, man, wow. Take care of yourself, please. Wow. I mean, it kind of sucks when you have a nice cruise and then you come off and you get that sick. And so one of the things that we have done, we just got our latest booster 2 weeks ago now. So we talked to our doctor about it and told her that we were going on a cruise, and we've been fully boosted and vaccinated up to this point. And she said, well, wait until about a month before you go on the cruise to get it. But that's what we went ahead and did. So we just got it. So hopefully we're going to be good. You're feeling better? Good. Oh, wow. So you tested negative. Wow. Okay. That's good. So we've been seeing, quite the uptick in Australia. There has been quite the uptick of COVID cases down there. There is some concern that we're going to start seeing more cases as winter comes in here, and the concern that not quite enough people are vaccinated. So we might still see a little bit of a resurgence happen here over the winter. Hopefully it won't be that big, but obviously lots of people are going to be coming together now. The cruises are sold out. I know the Mardi Gras is 100%. You cannot get a berth for New Year's Eve. That is sold out. I think Celebration is either there or just about there. So, we're coming into the holidays. The ships are going to be full. There's just no doubt about it. And, hopefully some of you who might be a little bit more susceptible to things, you might want to consider bringing a good mask with you onto the ship so you can still enjoy everything about the ships, but, maybe protect yourself a little bit more. But I would certainly encourage you to be up to date with your vaccines if you are vaccinated, and maybe check with your doctor before you go on board, see if maybe there's something that you should do for yourself before you go out there. I'm excited to get back on a ship. I'm not expecting anything to go bad with us, so we're just going to go out there and have a good time, but Aaron, man, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Even like the people who've gotten it on ships in Australia, most of them have either been very mild symptoms or asymptomatic.
Yeah.
So.
And that just happened to Cunard. Just had to skip a call in Bali on one of their ships, and they're going straight into it's not Fremantle, but they're bypassing Bali and they're cutting a cruise short right now. But it did sound like everybody was asymptomatic, so that's good. That's a good thing. Here's another question for you all. What's your number one destination plan for 2020? It could be a cruise. It could be anything else. What's your number one place of destination for 2023? What about you, Rebecca? Where would you like to go in 2023?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Just anywhere, really. We're going to Animal Kingdom tomorrow. Very excited about that. They do this thing called Merry Menagerie in Animal Kingdom, and they are just the cutest little animals and all of that stuff. Aaron, should you let Royal Caribbean know? I mean, probably not a bad idea to let them know. I don't know if they're doing any kind of contact tracing.
It certainly doesn't hurt, but I've heard that they don't overly keep track of it. Probably once you're off the ship.
Yeah, they're probably not tracing it so much anymore. But you can certainly reach out and send them a note and let them know. I certainly wouldn't spend the time on a phone call, because that'll probably take forever for you to get through. But you could certainly drop them a note through one of their contact pages and just let them know. And like Rebecca said,
I've heard people have better luck getting in touch with the Crown and Anchor people. So maybe drop them a note.
There you go. So drop a note to the Crown and Anchor Society or whatever they're called. Crown and Anchor Society? I don't know what they're called. Crown and Anchor. I'm thinking of the Benedict Society on Disney Plus. Which, by the way, is a great little show. If you have not watched it yet, it's a very, very fun little show. Hey, Andy, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. We have an open free for all tonight. So whatever you guys want to talk about, questions, comments, and whatnot. We're getting on the Symphony of the Seas in 19 days. So one of the things I'm asking is, you got any advice for us, or if there's anything that you want to know about an Oasis class ship? I'm going to try to. So hopefully they're setting me up. Royal Caribbean is setting me up with a PR person, or I don't know who this person is, but some sort of public relations kind of person on the ship itself. So hopefully I'll get to go do a few things and meet a few folks while I'm on the ship. I love learning about the behind the scenes. I love learning about the people who make the ship operate more so than the ship itself. Because I mean, all ships are just a big hunk of steel, and it is the people inside who really make it. I mean, all the bells and whistles in the world do not make up for a bad crew. So it is the crew that really keeps you coming back. And those are the kind of stories that I want to go out there and learn. I want to start meeting some of the folks behind the scenes, start learning more about them. Oh, hey, one thing, we were talking about Virgin Voyages, and I'm going to throw this up real quick because this is kind of cool. The Brilliant Lady just floated out. So there are now 4 lady ships in the water for the first time. All 4 lady ships are in the water. And she's going to home port in San Juan. Now, George, I know George has been on here. George, I believe George and Christine did a cruise out of San Juan. So by starting in San Juan, you're going to be able to go a little bit deeper on a 7-night cruise that you can't do necessarily out of Miami or Fort Lauderdale, certainly out of Fort Lauderdale. But they're going to be doing a 7-night in the Lesser Antilles. I actually have it over here. It's going to include Tortola, St. Kitts, Guadalupe.
Guadalupe?
Yeah, Guadalupe, Bridgetown, Barbados, the Castries, St. Lucia, St. John's, Antigua, and more. So we can go to Guadalupe and go see the set of Death in Paradise. If you watch Death in Paradise, the show is shot in Guadalupe. Guadalupe?
I think it's Guadalupe.
Guadalupe, whatever it is. Yeah, so she
love that show.
I know, she does love that show. And one of the really cool things about Virgin Voyages, now, if you've got some friends who want to go on a cruise, and who doesn't have friends that want to go on a cruise? And even if you got friends who've never been on a cruise, Virgin Voyages is a great ship to take them on for their first cruise, although it will spoil them because they don't nickel and dime you. Pretty much everything is included. So
zero sales pitch.
Yeah, zero sales pitch. They got gratuities included, you got food included, you got soft drinks included, you got the group exercises included, and
all the food.
Literally,
basically, almost all the food.
Yeah, every restaurant, every meal is included. There are a few things that you can pay for, like George paid for a fantastic tomahawk steak. But if you've got some friends and who want to go on a cruise with you, Virgin Voyages has a heck of they call it circles. It's a group deal. You just need to have 10 cabins. Now, all the time, if you get 10 cabins together, you can get $50 to $200 onboard credit per cabin. But if you book by December 31st, you get a $300 bar tab per cabin for all 10 cabins. That's a $3,000 bar tab. And unlike every other cruise line out there, the bar tab, you can buy drinks for anybody. It's not limited just to the one person or the one cabin. You can literally, so if you've got some folks in there who don't drink a lot of alcohol and they're like, okay, I'm going to use it for coffee. Well, they're going to have some bar tab left over. You're going to have literally a $3,000 bar tab for 10 cabins. And this is a heck of a deal. But you got to book by December 31st. And we're trying to put together a couple of circles right now. So if you're interested in going, and you don't even have to know the people. Like if we all just pick one cruise that you all are going to go on, as long as we get 10 cabins on that cruise, we can link all you guys together into a circle and you get the benefits of the circle. Now, on December 8th, we are going to be having a virtual cruise event with Virgin Voyages. One of the folks from Virgin Voyages will be joining us. It's going to be, I think it's actually going to be a Zoom call. So I will post something here on YouTube. I'll certainly post something on TikTok and obviously in our Facebook group as well. If you'd like to come be a part of that, you can actually ask questions directly to Virgin Voyages. It's going to be the first one. We're setting up one with Royal Caribbean as well. So start watching for some of those virtual cruise events. They're going to be kind of fun coming up. So Aaron, I see you're in there. Harmony was your first Oasis class. Oh, cool. So that was your first one too. Did not feel overwhelming, but I do recommend people watch videos prior to going on. Yes. So our dear friend Stephanie has done a couple on the big ship. Now I think she still likes. She did have a good time on Wonder, but I still think she likes the Odyssey the most. I think she still says that the Odyssey was like the best ship.
For Royal
Caribbean. She said it's like just the right size, got all the great stuff. But yeah, the Oasis class certainly is overwhelming. The Icon class, I think it's going to be that much more overwhelming because there's so many decks, so many things to do on that ship. It's almost like a Richard Scarry drawing how much stuff is on the Icon. But that's a good piece of advice.
With, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, she still thinks it looks like Dr. Seuss. I think it looks like a Scary.
Like Dr. Seuss.
But there's just so much. It's more like a Richard Scarry drawing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Dr. Seuss.
Well, we'll see when we actually get on board. I do plan to go on that ship. I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to go on the ship. Way too many families and stuff. Look, that's what the ship is. It's unapologetically a family ship, and that's all it is.
Well, I do say if we go on it, I probably would want to go on while most kids are in school.
While kids are in school. That's when we're going to go on. We'll go on when the kids are in school. We'll go on, say, between September and November, somewhere in there when the kids are in school, so that we have the least amount of kids possible. But I mean, if you have not seen that swim up bar, I mean, just go take a look at some of the renderings and some of the videos that they posted out there. They have a massive swim up bar in the adult only area that looks amazing. Like it's something that I wish Virgin had, something like that. Even if Virgin put a smaller version of it in the back, that's when I finally get to talk to these people at Virgin, I'm just going to keep pushing that. Get the net out of there and put a pool in. That's going to be my thing. I'm going on a crusade to get a pool, to get that net taken off the back of the ship because it's a waste.
Even if they can't structurally put a pool in there or it's too cost
prohibitive. Just get rid of the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That net's useless.
Make it something else. Make it anything else, please.
Trampoline.
I know. It's so annoying.
That might be bad on a ship.
And if you're not in our Facebook group, please do come on over and join the Facebook group. There's links down there in the description. So please do that. This is a pretty big deal for St. Martin. They got 6 ships in a single day. I've never seen 6 ships in St. Martin. I've seen 4. I've never seen 6. And it's a big rebound for them since the pandemic, obviously, because, they're coming back, getting some folks in there. But it was interesting. So the 6 ships were the Star Pride. I really don't know what that ship is. The Aida Luna, the Grandeur of the Seas, the Aida Diva, the Voyager of the Seas, and the Carnival Magic. So no big ships, all medium-sized ships coming in there, small to medium-sized ships coming in there. So, had like a symphony been in there with that bunch, that would have been like 20,000 people all at once. But and the season hasn't really started for St. Martin yet. But the cruise lines are starting to put it back on the schedule already because so many people. It's one of my favorite islands.
We'll be stopping there.
Are we in a couple of weeks?
St. Martin and
Coco Cay.
Coco Cay.
Yeah, so St. Martin, I just love St. Martin. It's just a beautiful little island. It's got the Star Wars guy, it's got the Yoda guy, so you can go see that little Star Wars exhibit while you're in there. And of course, it's got the Old Man guava berry rum, which, we haven't bought that in a while. Maybe we'll have to get some guava berry rum. It's been a long time since we've got that. I used to make the daiquiris.
Coladas.
Daiquiris.
Guava berry coladas.
I don't know, whatever they were. Something. They were good. In fact, there was one time we came home with the almond, the vanilla, and the guava berry, and the almond and the vanilla were not very good, so I won't be doing that again. And I do remember the last time we were there, they actually had an old man shop like right there at the pier. Like you didn't even have to walk in to go in and get it. But I think it's more fun to go in there and go to the real store because then they got the hot sauces. They got all that other stuff over there as well, which is a lot of fun. So I don't know what you guys think of St. Martin. I love St. Martin. Oh, St. Martin's such a wonderful little area. And I mentioned St. Lucia before with Virgin Voyages. There is something called the electric big wheel scooter in St. Lucia. That looks so much fun. I posted it in Facebook group and I'm like, oh my God, Dave Monk, the shipwriter, Dave Monk posted it on Twitter And I went and looked it up, and it just looks like so much. It's like the big fat wheels on a scooter that you sit on, and it's all electric, so it doesn't have gas or noise or any of that stuff. Oh my God, it looks like so much fun. So if you're going to St. Lucia, look up the electric big wheel scooter. Now I want to go back to St. Lucia just to go on that thing. That'd be so much fun, don't you think, Rebecca? No? No?
Well, I do like that it won't be stinky.
Yeah. She did not like the Mad Max dune buggies on St. Kitts.
Hated it.
So driver was on the right. That was me. She was on the left. But they had the exhaust like right in the middle, the exhaust pipe. Now, it wasn't like smoke and stuff blowing up on it, but it was the heat of the exhaust was right between us. And, of course, all the dust from the road. We were wearing, the big bandanas and stuff, but it was still quite dusty. I had a blast. I would do it again tomorrow. Rebecca, not so much.
It was mildly smelly still.
Yeah, it was just a little bit smelly, but not bad.
The boat thing was worse. The wave riders or whatever.
Oh yeah, the in Antigua we did the little wave riders. Those were so much fun. Oh, she did not like them.
Made me nauseous. I don't like that smell.
Everything is fun, but you know what? I really didn't smell it. She was sitting on the back, so it was kind of coming up behind her. I couldn't really smell it because I was up in the front.
It's just like go-karts. I hate go-karts. Well, I mean, I might do the ones on the ship because
they're electric, right?
But normal go-karts, they're stinky.
And if anybody had been on the Prima yet, I'm extremely jealous of you. We know some folks who, actually, one of my good friends on Facebook just went. I didn't even know he goes on cruises, and I've been on like 20 cruises. He's on the Prima, or he was just on the Prima. But do you guys have any ship that you're excited about getting on that maybe you haven't sailed on yet? I'm definitely the Icon, or not the Icon, the Prima. Definitely want to get on the Prima. I'd really love to get on the Valiant, even though I know she's an exact clone of Scarlet. Would like to get over there on the Valiant, and very much want to get on an MSC ship. So the Divinia is up here in Port Canaveral, and one of the Seas is down in Miami. I'd actually like to go down to Miami and get on one of those ships, especially after going on the Oasis class. I'd like to kind of compare and contrast, because they both have that split aft on the back. So it would be neat to see what that's all about. So those are kind of like the three that I really want to get on. Definitely want to go across the pond. I'd like to get on a P&O ship, either 2023, 2024. That would be really, really nice to get on a P&O ship. And of course, I'm talking to Hurtigruten, trying to get on a Hurtigruten expedition ship somehow in 2023, 2024. That would be absolutely amazing.
And that would also give you a chance to go solo cruising.
I know, because Rebecca probably, although I still think you should come if the possibility is there, just to come experience it. Because it is, it's a very high end. That's the thing about it. You're going to be getting in Zodiacs. You're going to be hopping onto the land. It's going to be like, no piers and stuff like that. But then when you're on the ship, 5-star dining, they've got the massages. It's like a really nice experience on the ship. So it's a very high end mega yacht kind of experience when you're on the ship, which is an interesting contrast. So when you're off the ship, doing all that stuff with the Zodiac and the water landings, and oh my gosh, she was showing me a landing where they actually have to cut staircase in the snow because the snow was so high, so they had to cut a staircase so people could actually get off the ship. So, hey, Mark, how are you? Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow over in Animal Kingdom. They had the Merry Menagerie. If you don't know what the Merry Menagerie is in Animal Kingdom, just look it up. They are the most adorable little puppet-type creatures that they made, little animals, I believe from recycled materials. And they're just so freaking cute. And they're adorable in pictures, but the pictures don't do it justice, when you actually see them in person. And then they have a guy playing the violin live. I didn't realize he was playing live until I saw him. I was like, oh my gosh, he's actually playing live. So that was crazy. So I'm looking forward to Mark and his wife were on the Wonder of the Seas for something like 3 weeks. They did a Mediterranean cruise, and then they came across on a transatlantic with it. So I cannot wait to talk to you guys about the Wonder of the Seas. Currently the largest ship in the world, but it will be replaced in March of 2024 or February 2024 when the Icon hits. I'm already booking some folks for spring break 2024. And they said, hey, we definitely want to go on the Carnival Mardi Gras. And I said, hey, have you looked at the Icon of the Seas yet? Because that thing, they're like, oh yeah, we want a lot of stuff for our kids to do. And I'm like, that thing has a full water park up on the top deck, and it will be sailing in March of 2024. So why don't we look at that one and book you guys on that?
And I have to say, this is a good time if you're thinking of a spring break for your kids This is a good time to do 2024 because people who have been trying to book 2023 spring break, it can be a little full.
Yeah, like the Mardi Gras, Carnival Mardi Gras for spring break. I had a couple looking at a one particular week. I could not get them adjoining cabins on that ship on the Mardi Gras. I was trying. They didn't want to get a balcony. They wanted to do an interior, and I was having a heck of a time trying to get them adjoining cabins on that particular sailing. Couldn't do it. So now they're looking at 2024, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll get back to you." I was like, "No, no, 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 no. Now's the time to book for 2024.
If you want adjoining cabins.
If you want adjoining cabins, if you want the best price, if you want the best cabins, book it now. You know, so if anybody's watching this, you're thinking about going on a cruise with your family for spring break, definitely book now. You know, don't even wait. Just
there's
book.
Times when last minute works, but when you have you know, a family and you need adjoining cabins because you have minors that
you're thinking about adjoining cabins,
and it's a busy time of year, like spring break, holidays, summers.
Yeah,
book more than a year out. And if you at all need a handicap cabin, book a year out at least, minimum.
Yeah, definitely.
Because those fill up.
Yeah, and a lot of the cruise lines, like you can put children under 18 in a cabin together. However, they have to either be connecting or adjoining in most cases. And as we get closer to spring break, as we get closer to the holidays, it's more and more difficult to do that. And you'll notice in a lot of places, there's a suite that's connected to a balcony, or a suite that, you know, a lot of times there's a suite connected to a smaller cabin specifically for that reason. So the parents can get the suite and they can put the kids right next door in their own. Christy Hamill, who heads up our Facebook group, her and her husband they have 3 small kids, and they got adjoining balconies just so they could have 2 bathrooms. And I thought that was a brilliant idea.
And admittedly, those kids were too small for them to be in a cabin, even adjoining by themselves.
Right, yeah, no.
So they split the parents and the kids.
Yeah, and that worked out real well. And they got 2 bathrooms out of the deal. So that's another nice thing about getting the adjoining cabins. You get 2 bathrooms out of it.
But I would think once your kids get to be 12, 13, 14, that's less problematic to put them in a cabin that's right next door to you.
Yeah, yeah. And Royal actually also allows you to put them directly across the hall. At least when I talked to them about, you know, certain arrangements, they said we can put them directly across the hall as well. But they have to be either adjoining or across the hall. So, you know, if you're thinking about spring break 2024, if you think about the holidays 2024, now a lot of the holidays are not up yet. Most of them go through spring break. Like Disney isn't even up yet. Disney has, I think, January 2024, but only like Hawaii and Australia. They don't have any US yet.
They have their own special release program.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But it, you know, like Royal Caribbean, Carnival, most of those guys, they do have March and April up for 2024. So spring break 2024 is up. It's live. So if you're thinking about spring break 2024, get in touch with us, or if you already have a travel agent, get in touch with them. Don't wait too long because the inventory is right there. So Aaron, my video sparked your interest in the Mardi Gras until you found they scrapped Puerto Rico for Nassau.
To the Western Caribbean version.
Yeah, for the Western. But, you know, they didn't do it for all of them, for most of them, but they didn't do it for all of them. And it was the Puerto Rico Port Authority who said they're considering 3 and 4 day, or it's a 4 and 5 day, I think, or no, 3 and 4 day. And Carnival has said nothing about that, you know, about whether they're going to do it. It was the Port Authority in Puerto Rico. But if you want to go to Puerto Rico, then look at the Celebration. The Celebration is coming out of Miami. She is going to Puerto Rico. And I think because it's a shorter trip, that may be part of the thinking with Carnival as well, with dropping Puerto Rico with the Mardi Gras, so that both ships weren't going to be going to the same place. But the Celebration is going there. And I do like, as much as I love the Mardi Gras and I like that whole French Quarter, and I love the Fortune Teller Bar. I really did love the Fortune Teller Bar. I'm really intrigued by the Celebration and the way they've set up that area that was the French Quarter. It's more of like an airport terminal. And then they added those windows, those big LED windows up above that kind of give you a view outside. So if you want to go on that ship, but you want to go to San Juan, then go ahead and look at the Celebration. And the Celebration is cheaper. I mean, seriously cheaper than the Mardi Gras. So yeah, I don't like that they dropped it, but the celebration may have been one of the reasons why they did. It's like, okay, we're not going to go there. But yeah, Nassau is a poor replacement for San Juan. You know, I mean, a lot of people do like Nassau. You know, they really do. It's not my favorite for sure. But, you know, people, and I will say Nassau is going to get much more interesting soon. They're doing that whole renovation down there. You know, they're spending some serious money on Nassau, and it's going to get better. They're building a water park, they're building this, they're building that. Of course, it's a mess right now because there's so much construction going on. I think they got like 2 years left until all of that is done. So it will be interesting to see what Nassau is in a few years. Big thing for me is like they're going to be able to bring in 7 or 8 ships. I mean, that's a lot of ships coming in. And you get, say, 1 or 2, like you get the Mardi Gras in there with an Oasis class ship. I mean, that's like 12,000 people right there. You bring in the Icon completely full, that's 7,000 people right there. So, you know, I think that port is going to be overwhelmed at some point with a lot of people. So it's not our favorite. We go ahead and make it a ship day. On the Mardi Gras, we went ahead and made Amber Cove. We made Amber Cove a ship day, and that worked out just fine. So if it was that, you know, we would just go ahead and make Nassau the ship day. That's all we would go ahead and do. But you're right, it is not the best. But Aaron, seriously, take a look at the celebration. If you don't mind going out of Miami, I don't have any problems going out of Miami. I like Miami. But she's sailing out of Miami and she's coming over. She will be sailing for New Year's Eve. I don't know if she's sailing for Christmas. Oh, yeah, she's here. That's right. Duh, she's here now. So yeah, so just take a look at the celebration. Basically the same ship. She's got the boat. She's got everything. Got all the same food that you saw me eating.
What's the bar though? Instead of
I don't know what the bar is instead of the fortune teller. That would be the only thing that I would miss is that fortune teller bar.
Maybe they have something equivalent.
Yeah, but they're not making near the same drinks. It's like totally different because they're not Southern drinks. They're totally different. But I would be okay with that because they still have the Havana bar making that coffee.
And the chicken.
And the chicken. They got Shack Big Chicken. They got the pizza. They've got, you know, you got your La Cucina. You got your Chibang on there. That wasn't our favorite, but still, you stay to the Asian side on Chibang. Guy's Pig and Anchor is there.
The side dish of broccoli on the Asian side of the Chibang menu. I could have ordered like just a couple bowls of rice and like orders of broccoli and been happy. It was so good.
It was ridiculously good. I don't know what it was about that broccoli. It was just so good. It was like the best thing in Chibang. The Mexican side of Chibang was not good. I don't recommend it at all. Guy's Pig and Anchor, apparently that filet that you saw me eating on the first night is now on the second night on the Mardi Gras. I don't know where it is on the celebration. But that is the only night that I would go to Pig and Anchor is when you see that filet mignon. It's a barbecue filet mignon. Really good. And the pizza was so good. I was really shocked. I was not expecting the pizza to be that good. And it was just like fresh made, good sauce, good cheese. Really. And the hot pepper, the red pepper flakes, they were hot. I mean, they were seriously hot. I was like, wow, I'm burning my mouth here.
Even I had about half what I would normally put on.
I know. Rebecca likes hot. She likes hot stuff. And even she cut back on it.
The mushroom pizza was my favorite.
Yeah, mushroom pizza was really good. So yeah, if you're looking at the Mardi Gras and you're disappointed by San Juan not being there, then look at the celebration. Same ship. You're going to have a good time. The cabins are really nice. I was really impressed. The bathrooms are hysterical, though. Tiny. I mean,
it's workable for one person
but
at a time.
It's so small. It's ridiculous.
The funniest part to me was they have a magnifying mirror, makeup mirror in the bathroom, but where it's placed, you literally would have to like stand or sit on the toilet in order to use it. Because there's literally no way to use it.
I mean, I swear the bathroom, you'll see it in my cabin tour. I mean, the bathroom looks like it's about 3 feet by 2 feet. It really looks like it's
but at least they have the glass doors on.
They do have the glass doors, so you don't get that sucked in shower curtain. But yeah,
we have a hack for that.
Huh?
Have a hack for the curtains.
Oh yeah, with the clips. Yeah. You have to go on my TikTok channel to see that. Go back about 500 videos to find it. And that is one thing, by the way, one thing I am doing on our website. I am finally getting the whole resource library put together, and I'm bringing all of my YouTubes and all of my TikToks together in that resource library in a way that they will be somewhat managed, so you'll be able to find things a little bit easier. That is I don't have playlists yet on TikTok like I do here on YouTube. As soon as I get some playlists, I can finally organize all those videos because I've got so much stuff that people ask about and it's been answered, but you can't find it. So I'm doing that right now on the website, where'swaltertravel.com. We have a resource library is already there, but I'm rebuilding it in a whole new way. And then I'm going to bring together all of the YouTube videos, all of the TikTok clips, all of everything in one place. So it'll be a little easier to find everything. I hope that's the plan anyway. We'll see if it actually works out that way. Although, who knows?
No offense to you. I think my favorite TikTok video at the moment is the one you showed me with the cats in the whack-a-mole box.
Yeah, that was a very good one. But yeah. Oh, yeah. So you're intrigued by the celebration. Oh, Ben and David already been on there? Yeah, they probably have. Well, yeah, because they were on the Virgin Voyages with Steph. So, yeah, they probably were. They spent quite a bit of time here. They were over in California with Steph. They went on the Bliss together. And I guess they came back to Miami. I mean, it makes sense. They're flying over from London. And I know David can work remotely. And Ben is full-time YouTube now. And they have become such brothers to Stephanie. It's been so awesome because, you know, Stephanie has gone through a very rough time. Had a very bad year and a half. And Ben, David, and her have just become like brothers and sisters. And it's been amazing to watch. I'm hoping to meet the two of them one of these days when they come on up here. I've offered to make dinner for all those guys. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they've already been on this celebration. They've been on everything lately. And yeah, so, you know, if you watch my videos on the Mardi Gras, you're basically seeing the celebration. The big difference is the
French Quarter.
French Quarter. And then the bar that's the Brass Magnolia is the one. And the other cool thing about that ship, too, is they've got stuff from all 50 years of Carnival. And I've seen some of the stuff. I mean, they've got some really cool stuff from the 50 years of Carnival. So that is the other big difference between it and the Mardi Gras. So, yeah. It looks like a great ship. I would really like to go on that ship. I was very impressed with the Mardi Gras. Even, you know, being as short-staffed as it was, they were still able to deliver a good experience, and that is all due to the crew. They were working really hard. They were working too hard, but they gave us a fantastic experience. I would really like to see Carnival get that staffing up however they can. I know it's really hard trying to get folks on board. Over 30% of the people who used to work on cruise ships did not come back. They opted not to come back. They stayed at their land job. So, you know, with all these ships coming out, you saw what happened with the Resilient Lady on Virgin Voyages. They said, we can't get enough crew for this ship right now, so we're going to put it on pause. And they parked it. So now we'll have the Resilient Lady and the Brilliant Lady both coming out next year, which is going to be totally awesome. So we're going to have 4 lady ships. Oh, that's going to be amazing. I wonder if they will ever line it up where the 4 of them can get together. I don't know if y'all saw the video last week. The 2 ships came together in the Caribbean and they were popping champagne on both ships. It was really awesome. I love it when they do stuff like that. But it would be cool if they can manage, and I'm sure they will try to do it, where they'll get all 4 ships in one place at the same time. That will be truly amazing. And one interesting thing to note about Virgin Voyages, after next winter season, next year, Scarlet Lady is actually going to go across the pond and Valiant's going to stay here. And she will be the new Miami ship. Scarlet is actually going to be going back over because she's going in for her first dry dock in 2024. I don't know if it'll be a full dry dock, but she's going in for a dry dock in 2024. So Valiant Lady will be taking over the Miami routes in 2024, in early 2024. So she'll come back over for the winter season, 2023, and then Scarlet will take off back across the pond, and then we will have the Valiant Lady here for a full season at least. I don't know if she'll stay here, and then Scarlet will go off somewhere else, but it will be interesting to see what will happen at that point. And then, of course, they'll have the 4 ships. Some people have said, hey, are they ever going to come out to the West Coast? Once they have 4 ships, that gives them the opportunity to maybe do a few cruises from Long Beach or San Diego or something like that. I think it'd be kind of cool. They could do a Panama Canal crossing, which would be awesome. That would be a lot of fun. It's just a happy ship. Virgin Voyages is a very happy ship. You know, they're good people, fun people. I love it. Speaking of happy. Where is it? Now I lost it. Darn it. Right there. Disney. They're celebrating 25 years next year. Doesn't seem like it's been 25 years.
Oh, the cruise line?
Yes. 25, and I guess maybe because they they've only got 5 ships now, so it's like only 5 ships. Carnival's got 500 and Royal Caribbean's got 300 ships, so it's like, oh, they only got 5 ships. But it seems like Disney has not been around for 25 years, but they have been around for 25 years, and they're going to do a whole silver anniversary at sea. So that's going to be awesome. I'm going to jump in here. Thumbs up to Wonderland. Awesome. We're going to Wonderland. And 150 Central. Oh, I've been intrigued by 150. Thumbs down on Chops. Ooh, really? Did not enjoy the Chops Grill. So Shack Big Chicken, I don't know how it is out there in LA, but I can tell you on the ship, it was better than Chick-fil-A. It was so freaking good. So freaking good. Mark, thank you for that, Aaron. I appreciate that. We are going to Wonderland. We're planning to go to Chops for dinner. Maybe we'll go to 150.
I hear it. I don't like the menu.
Oh, that's true. She doesn't like the menu over there. So Mark is asking, what are your thoughts on staying with one cruise line for perks versus hopping around to the other line? So obviously, we hop around long before we became travel agents, just because we're intrigued by all the various ships that are out there.
You have a short attention span. You like new and shiny.
Well, I like different. I get bored. Honestly, we did 3 celebrities in a row, and I was like, all right, I got to go do something else because it's just becoming the same. It's kind of nice because you get on the ship, where everything is, you got the whole routine down. But I personally there's so many new ships out there and so much, for a while, the ships were all kind of the same, like Princess, Celebrity, Holland America, the ships were all kind of the same. And then Royal Caribbean and Carnival, they were kind of the same, but then the Oasis class came. And then, even the Edge class came, and now Virgin Voyages came out. And now we've got the Prima, and we've got MSC with the Seaside and all of that. And there's just so many different ships out there that I'm intrigued by all of them. And we find things that we love about all of them, and we find things that we don't like about all of them. So
even my very favorite line, which still for me probably would be Celebrity, there are still things that I don't like.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to find things that you don't like about all of them, and just for us, I mean, it would be nice to have. But when you look at the perks that you're really getting, I mean, there's only a few cruise lines that really give you some really good perks once you get up there. And I don't know. I mean, some people, they're loyal to Royal, they're Carnival fans, they're this and that. We met a guy on the Norwegian when we went on the Escape back in Thanksgiving. I think he was going to be on the ship for 40 days or something like 35, 40 days. He was on back to back. And he was on the Getaway. And I'm just like, I don't know that I could spend that much time just doing the Caribbean over and over. Now, doing what Mark and Debbie did, they were in the Caribbean, or they were in the Mediterranean, and then they came across. That's totally different. They weren't doing the same thing over and over, like every 2 weeks. That would drive me crazy after a while. Now I can do side by side. I could do 50 days on a ship and just keep going side by side if it's in the Caribbean, or doing a 35-day voyage of the Vikings on Holland America, or doing a 65-day around Africa. That would be amazing. So myself, there's too many ships out there and not enough time to see them all. So if I dedicated myself just to going to get all the points, I just feel like I would be missing something out there. But it is nice to get where we do want to work on Celebrity. We would like to go ahead and get up a little bit higher on the Celebrity points.
And the advantage of that is that it also brings us up on Royal because they have reciprocal.
Yeah, so when you have reciprocal, and plus, like when you drop into MSC and now Virgin as well, they have matching programs that you can apply for. So one strategy now would be, whatever you're the closest in to getting up to a level, go for some of those cruises. Like Disney is one of the easiest ones to do because Disney only does it by cruise. Yeah, they're expensive, but you could take, 10 3-day cruises and you're at gold level because you took 10 cruises. They don't care how long they are. It's just you have to take a certain amount of cruises. And now Disney, with the 25th anniversary, they've come out with the Pearl, 25 cruises. But they're the simplest one. So you could get up to gold level and then go over to MSC and go, oh, we're gold level with Disney now.
I have to say they kind of also offer the least perks.
They do. Yeah. Well, because they're Disney.
I know.
You should just be proud to be on a Disney ship.
I know. I get it. I'm not saying I don't,
but yeah, for me, there's just so many ships out there right now to see, and so many different things. Like
and your different moods, like you know, I mean, Symphony's very different than
Virgin.
Yeah.
It's gonna be kids. Now that's the one thing, Mark, you know, that I really wish Royal Caribbean and Carnival would look into, is giving us some adult only itineraries. They don't have to make an adult only ship, but, you know, pick a couple of itineraries and say, you know what, guys, because it would be nice if we were joking on the Virgin ship. Some of the folks are like, you know, we kind of wish there was water slides or something to do on here, because we never get to do them because there's so many kids. So I would love to see, you know, Carnival take the Mardi Gras or the Horizon or the Vista and say, all right, you know what, for these 2 cruises, it's going to be 18 and over only. Y'all go have a good time. Now we can go ahead and hit the water slides. We can hit all of that stuff. And, you know, could you imagine the Symphony of the Seas being an adult only? I would have a feeling that they would sell at least 90% of that ship if they did an adults only. Say you did 1 or 2 just as adults only, just to test the waters. You know, John Heald has floated it out there and asked, hey, if we did an adults only ship, would you support it? And the answer was overwhelmingly, yes, we would totally support it. Like, not even close that they would support it. And I thought the Costa by Carnival maybe was going to be the adult only version, and it may still turn out to be their adult only eventually as they get it over here, but it will be very interesting to see what they do. But, you know, there's some people who are just, they're just going to be doing that. No, Mark, that is one of the advantages of doing the transatlantic. There will be very few kids, and anytime you get on a cruise that is longer than 7 days without being a back-to-back, there will be fewer children as well, because most families can only do 1 week. And so if you're on a true 10 or 14-day cruise that doesn't come back to the home port in the middle to do a back-to-back, you will have fewer children. Transatlantic, very few children. Of course, you were there while school was in. So, you know, they've got to fly the kids over.
Generally, the transatlantics, that's when they happen.
That's when they happen. So, yeah, you're not going to have many kids at all. So you had free access. I'm sure you were on the Flow Rider every day.
Water slides.
Every day. You were on the water slides all day. I'm sure you did the Abyss every single day. You went sliding down the Abyss. So, like, you had the whole thing.
Rolled down the carousel over and over and over.
I'm telling you, man. So that's the way to do it. That is, you know, and I think for a transatlantic, those are wonderful ships to do because there's so much to do on the ship, right? Like the Icon of the Seas would be an ultimate transatlantic, but I don't think she's ever going transatlantic. They're going to keep her just doing the Coco Cay run the whole time. She's going to be permanently parked in Miami, from what I can tell. So she won't be doing any runs over there. But yeah, transatlantic is a great time to do a ship like that. That's why, you know, that couple that wanted to go to Ireland, but they did not want to fly. I was trying to send them one way on an American ship or an American-based ship because they had a lot more to do. Whereas Cunard is a very, you know, traditional way of cruising, but it just worked out that the timing that when they wanted to go, there were no American-based ships doing it. So they were going to have to do Cunard in both directions, which I really want to do. Now I want to go do it. They actually sell it as a round trip. You can go round trip from New York City. You can go round trip from Southampton. Now, as travel agents, we can go in and grab one section of that and sell it to you as a one-way, but you can literally ride Cunard just in both directions, 14 days, over and back. And I just think, boy, what a lovely way to spend 2 weeks just hanging out on a cruise ship and getting that service. I mean, you're talking, you know, you want to see something amazing, go watch some of Gary Bembridge's videos from Cunard. I mean, they are just, I mean, that is like white glove butler service the whole way, which is amazing. And then go watch Gary on Virgin Voyages complain about paying for the tea. It still cracks me up. I still pick on him about that because, you know, everything on that ship is free. All the food is free, but he was complaining about having to pay for the afternoon tea because you normally get that free on other cruise ships. But on other cruise ships, you've got to pay for the restaurants, you know, the specialty restaurants. I just kind of pick on him. I'm like, Gary, think about it. It was $19. That's all it was to get a really good afternoon tea. It was really, really good. So yes, Mark, it does pay to be an old fart for sure. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. It's going to be really lovely. And Aaron, thank you so much for all the information on the Harmony. That's going to be really helpful for us going up onto the Symphony. Really looking forward to that. I mean, again, it's going to be our first big ship. We've not been on a ship near this big. We're expecting a lot of kids because I'm sure a lot of schools are going to be closed that particular week, the week leading up to Christmas. It starts on the 17th. So I think a lot of schools do start to close around that time. Oh, we're going to be full of kids. We're going to be full of kids. I know we are. It's going to be like Thanksgiving all over when we went on the Freedom of the Seas. We had 1,000 children on there. We'll probably have 2,000 children on this one. Yeah, we're going to. Well, actually, we are travel agents. We can go in there and see how many cabins are left.
That's true.
Yeah.
I honestly don't even know. I only kind of have a rough idea of when kids are in school.
Yeah.
And it's different up north versus
it's different all over. Like college will be out for sure. And some of the schools will probably be out for 2 weeks. Yeah, they'll be out that week and then they'll be out the following week. So yeah, it's going to be fun. We're going to be loaded with kids. What are you going to do, right? We had a whole bunch of them on the Mardi Gras too.
We've got the solarium.
Yeah, we got the solarium to get away from them. Go away.
Well, I mean, their solarium is 16 plus, which, I can debate the adult.
And I think they've got that really silly, pool. The infinity pool, which is inside. Doesn't make any sense. Looks really weird. I will certainly be shooting footage of that.
Not of me, though.
No, I don't even know if you're going to get in that one.
I'm going to get
kind of weird.
It's like just to get wet.
It's weird. It's
I know,
weird.
But just to get wet.
Yeah. And just to remind all of you guys, there are so many deals out there right now. I mean, a lot of deals. You've still got 3 hours if you want to ping me and get the $1 deposit on Princess. Book a couple of cruises that way. And then you can use Uplift to finance it. If you've been seeing Uplift and you're like, what is this Uplift financing? Just go to our website, where'swaltertravel.com. I actually have a page on it now, and it's a very simple explanation. Plus, I have a video right here on YouTube. So if you've been seeing it show up, it is a financing program just for travel. That's all they do. You can't buy anything else with it. You can only buy travel. And through us, you can finance $150,000 to $15,000 of your travel. It's your choice, whatever you want to do. If you're qualified, you're going to get one or more offers. You choose the offer you want, and then I'm notified, hey, here's the money, and I can just go ahead and pay your entire vacation right up front. And like with Virgin Voyages, you get 10% off your cruise fare when you do that. If you pay for your cruise within 2 hours of booking, you get 10% off. So it's like a win-win. And then you don't have that big final payment on the back end. Like Princess, you put $1 down, well, you're going to have a pretty big final payment on the back end. So this way you just pay for your, get just monthly payments over time. It makes it easy. So if you're trying to figure out what is this Uplift thing, just go to the website, where'swaltertravel.com. I have an Uplift page, very simple explanation on there for you to at least kind of tell you what it is. But I can see that we are just we're actually past 9 o'clock. So I think we're going to kind of wrap this up. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Like I said, we have no plan. We don't have any more planned YouTube Live between now and the end of the year. We'll probably do a pop-up or two. But because of the holidays and we know everybody's kind of getting busy, we haven't planned any more. We will be doing our TikToks on Saturday mornings, 10:30, probably right up until...
not this Saturday.
Not this Saturday. What's this Saturday?
Steph.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We're going to be on Sunday this coming week because we're going to have Stephanie here on Saturday. We want to spend some time with Stephanie. So we'll be on TikTok on Sunday this coming week, 10:30 in the morning. And as far as YouTube, it might be a pop-up, watch around. And December 8th, mark your calendars for December 8th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We will be doing a virtual cruise event with Virgin Voyages. You will have to register for that, so keep an eye here on YouTube. Keep an eye on the Facebook page. And also keep an eye on the TikTok. I will make announcements on all of those on how to register for it. But you will be able to talk directly to Virgin Voyages and say hello to them and ask questions. And we'll be talking about the groups cruises. We'll be talking about itineraries coming up. But we're really going to be talking about that group. Again, if you have a group of friends that are thinking about going on a break, even if you only got like 4 or 5 cabins worth of people, just let me know. Because if I book 4 more people on the same cruise, I can just go ahead and link you guys together. It just has to be 10 cabins, and it has to be 10 cabins on the same cruise. You don't even have to know each other, but you all have the advantage of getting a $300 bar tab per cabin. That's a $3,000 bar tab. So if you know any folks, if you've been intrigued by Virgin Voyages, trust me, the hype, it lives up to the hype. And they've been doing a really nice job of altering their marketing to show that everybody is welcome on board. I mean, we're 56 years old. There were people able, there were people walking on there dancing, having a good time. It's a happy ship. It's a really good ship. If you like celebrity cruise lines, you're going to like it. If you like Norwegian, you're going to like it. If you like, weirdly enough, if you like Disney, the quality of the service is there. So you're going to like it. So definitely come on board and, you know, join us on the Virgin Voyages at some point. But hey, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Again, if we can help you out with your travel, please do reach out. If you like what we're doing, please let your friends know what we're doing. Tell them to come on over and book with us. We're happy. We can do cruises, land tours, theme park. We do it all. We're putting together some really cool Ireland tours right now. Oh my God, they're so cool. So anyway, that's what we got going on. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Any questions at all, you drop them in. So we'll see you guys Sunday over on the TikTok channel. At some point, we'll be back up on YouTube. Just keep an eye out for it. But thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for all of your support. You guys have been amazing. So y'all have a good evening wherever you are in this amazing world. And we'll see you guys soon. See you guys.